a guy that can bring energy, toughness, physicality. Somebody that's just going to show up on a consistent basis.
The San Antonio Spurs select Carter Bryant.
Carter Bryant might quietly become one of the most impactful rookies from the stacked 2025 NBA draft class. Selected 17th overall by the San Antonio Spurs, Bryant is already generating excitement alongside superstar Victor Wembanyama, projecting as a dynamic two-way wing capable of immediate NBA impact. At 6'8" with elite shot-making, smooth handles, and versatile defense, he fits seamlessly in today's pace and space league. But here's the thing, his journey to the league wasn't smooth. It was full of doubts, development, and straight-up dominance at the college level. Today, we're breaking down how Carter Bryant went from a high-potential high school scorer to a certified NBA-ready weapon. We'll look at his rise, his college breakout, the fit in San Antonio, and whether he's good enough to be the steal of the 2025 draft class. Growing up in Fountain Valley, California, Carter Bryant was quickly identified as a special talent. His combination of size, athleticism, and skill drew early attention, but it was his dedication that set him apart. Bryant spent countless hours refining his game, training relentlessly from a young age. His family fully supported his dreams, creating a nurturing environment that encouraged his relentless pursuit of excellence. From driveway battles with his older brother to late-night gym sessions, Bryant's childhood was steeped in basketball. His father, though not a professional athlete, instilled in him the value of discipline and mental toughness. Those early lessons shaped Carter into more than just a high-flying scorer. They gave him the foundation to handle pressure and setbacks. At Sage Hill School, Bryant was already showcasing a refined offensive skill set. By his junior year, his transfer to Centennial, a powerhouse program, signaled his intent to play against elite talent regularly, and he delivered. Averaging over 20 points per game while leading his team to deep playoff runs, Bryant put himself on the map as a top 5 recruit nationally. His highlights were everywhere. Smooth step-backs, one-dribble pull-ups, sneaky chase-down blocks. But while fans drooled over the mixtapes, scouts took a more measured view. They saw an elite scorer, yes, but one who occasionally coasted on defense and lacked the physicality to dominate at the next level. Still, the upside was too real to ignore. The tools, the frame, the scoring instincts, they screamed NBA potential. Do you agree with his athletic development and where he can go in the NBA? Let us know in the comments and smash that subscribe button for more content like this. Bryant's commitment to Arizona made headlines. Some expected him to choose a flashier program or link up with a one-and-done factory, but Arizona offered something more important. A system that valued wing development and a coaching staff that promised to let him cook. He entered Tucson with a weight of expectation. Could he be the next great Wildcat wing? Could he carry a storied program back to national contention? From day one, Bryant showed he belonged. His 21-point college debut was a clinic. Pull-up threes, mid-range fades, and a thunderous dunk in transition. But what impressed most was his feel. He didn't force shots. He moved within the flow of the offense. And when his team needed a bucket, he was ready. Over the course of the season, Bryant averaged 16.7 points, 5 rebounds, and shot nearly 38% from deep. He had a string of dominant games, including a 28-point performance against UCLA that left fans and scouts buzzing. He wasn't just scoring. He was showing poise, reading defenses, and defending better than anyone expected. But there were bumps, games where he disappeared for stretches, fouls that piled up too fast, questions about his physical endurance. He was clearly a lottery-level talent, but not without concerns. Then came the NCAA tournament. In a Sweet 16 matchup against a top 3 defensive team, Bryant erupted. 26 points, a go-ahead jumper, a lockdown defensive possession to seal the win. In that one game, he proved the moment wasn't too big, and it might have earned him a guaranteed spot in the first round. Draft night arrived with uncertainty. Bryant was slotted anywhere from 11 to 22 depending on the mock. The buzz was there, but so were the whispers of doubt. Was he strong enough? Was he assertive enough? Could he be more than a role player? When the San Antonio Spurs selected him 17th overall, it felt perfect. The Spurs saw exactly what Bryant could become in their system, a long, smart, positionless wing who could thrive next to a gravitational force like Wembanyama. Bryant's game didn't need to be reshaped. It needed to be refined. Post-draft interviews revealed a confident, humble player who understood where he was going and what was expected. He spoke about fitting into the culture, defending his position, and earning his minutes. Spurs fans were cautiously optimistic. NBA insiders called it a value pick. In the weeks that followed, Bryant got to work. Summer League showed flashes: tight handle, improved passing, and a defensive motor that seemed to have flipped on. His shot looked cleaner, his body stronger, and San Antonio fans started to wonder if they had just found a second foundational piece alongside Wemby. Did the Spurs make a good decision? Let us know in the comments and smash that subscribe button for more content like this. Carter Bryant's offensive package is tailor-made for today's NBA. He's a three-level scorer in the purest sense. At the rim, he finishes through contact better than he did a year ago. Euro steps, floaters, and dunks in traffic, all part of the arsenal. At mid-range, his pull-up jumper from 15 to 18 feet is automatic. He uses hesitations and jab steps to freeze defenders before rising up smoothly. And from deep, he hit nearly 40% in college, with range beyond the NBA line. He's deadly on the catch and growing as a pull-up threat. But he's not just a scorer. Bryant is a smart cutter, an underrated rebounder, and an improving passer. He thrives in motion offenses and reads defenses like a veteran. His basketball IQ is often praised by coaches and teammates alike. Defensively, the tools are there. He's long, laterally quick, and committed. When locked in, he can switch 1 to 4 and provide strong help side rim contests. He's not a shutdown defender yet, but the Spurs believe he can be a plus on that end consistently. And perhaps most importantly, he's unselfish. Bryant doesn't need 20 shots to impact a game. He'll move the ball, make the extra pass, and buy into whatever role helps the team win. If that sounds like the kind of player championship teams need, that's because it is. Despite his undeniable skill set, Carter Bryant isn't a finished product, and NBA scouts didn't let that slide during the draft process. While his offensive polish is advanced, he faces several critical areas for development that could determine whether he becomes a star or simply a solid role player. Bryant still has a lean frame. At 6'8", he carries an NBA-ready height, but lacks the muscle to consistently finish through contact or body up stronger wings and forwards. During his time at Arizona, he occasionally struggled when facing more physical defenders, especially those who could bump him off his spots or contest his drives with force. This has led some to question whether he can be a reliable slasher or defender against elite-level competition. Bryant can be a strong defender. He has the tools, but he doesn't always show it. There were stretches in college where he lost focus off ball or failed to fight through screens, especially late in games. While Arizona's scheme occasionally masked this with team-oriented defense, NBA teams will expect individual accountability on every possession. He'll need to prove he can lock in for all 48 minutes. Though he's a confident shooter, that confidence sometimes borders on questionable decision-making. He has a tendency to settle for contested mid-range jumpers early in the shot clock, rather than probing for a better look or moving the ball. At the college level, his talent allowed him to get away with it. In the NBA, inefficient possessions can kill momentum. Bryant isn't known as vocal or particularly emotional on the court. While that doesn't mean he lacks competitive fire, teams often look for visible leadership from their first-round picks. Can he rally a team during a cold streak? Will he take over a game when needed, not just with scoring, but with presence? None of these issues are unfixable. In fact, all are common among young wings entering the league, but they highlight why some teams passed on him earlier in the draft and what he'll need to confront head-on to reach his ceiling. Carter Bryant enters his rookie season in an ideal situation: low pressure, a visionary coaching staff, and perhaps most importantly, a generational big man in Victor Wembanyama beside him. He won't be asked to carry the offense or fix a broken franchise. He'll be asked to grow, and that might be the best thing that could happen for him. Through summer league and early preseason workouts, Bryant has shown promising signs: catch-and-shoot threes in rhythm, improved aggression on closeouts, better communication on defensive rotations. It's clear the Spurs want him to develop as a 3-and-D wing initially, but there's room for him to grow into more. So, what can we expect in year one? Realistically, around 10 to 13 points per game on solid efficiency. He'll likely get 20 to 25 minutes per game off the bench to start, especially if the Spurs bring him along slowly. But if he continues to shoot well and defend multiple positions, it's very possible he earns a starting role by midseason. Can he become the face of a franchise? That's a stretch. For now, Wembanyama is the clear face of San Antonio. But what Carter Bryant can be is the perfect complementary star. Think Chris Middleton next to Giannis, or Mikal Bridges during his Phoenix years. a dependable scorer, strong defender, and big-moment shot maker. The path to stardom is there, but it will depend on how quickly he tightens up the weak spots in his game, and whether he's willing to embrace the less glamorous aspects of being a two-way player. Projecting Carter Bryant's long-term legacy is tricky, not because the talent isn't there, but because his trajectory depends heavily on internal growth and the Spurs' ability to develop him properly. The good news? San Antonio has one of the best track records in the NBA when it comes to maximizing wing potential. So, where does he stack up right now among his peers? In the 2025 draft class, he was overshadowed by flashier names: big-time guards, high-scoring forwards, and international prospects with gaudier numbers. But when it comes to fit, skill set, and adaptability to modern NBA systems, Bryant checks nearly every box. Long-term comparisons are already surfacing: Brandon Ingram in terms of scoring mechanics, Keldon Johnson with better shooting, Otto Porter Jr. with more shot creation. None of these are MVP-level players, but they all played meaningful roles on playoff teams, and Bryant could carve out a similar impact. Culturally, he hasn't made major waves yet. He's not flashy on social media and doesn't have the viral highlights some of his peers boast, but that could work in his favor. He's focused, grounded, and appears more interested in producing on the floor than building a brand. If he leans into the Spurs culture, builds strength, and becomes a consistent two-way threat, there's no reason he can't become a player opposing teams dread facing, a quiet killer who makes winning plays when it matters most. So, how good is Carter Bryant actually? Right now, he's not the loudest name in the rookie class, but he might be one of the smartest picks. A long, skilled two-way wing with a jumper built for NBA spacing, a game built on polish instead of flash, and a franchise built on long-term development behind him. He has weaknesses, he has things to prove, but he also has every tool needed to become one of the most valuable types of players in today's league: a dependable, versatile wing who can shoot, defend, and stay on the floor deep into the playoffs. The floor? A rotation wing who contributes on both ends. The ceiling? A borderline all-star who helps carry a team to contention alongside Wemby. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Will Carter Bryant become the sleeper star of the 2025 draft? Or is he just a solid role player in a great system? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe to Baller Perspectives, and stay tuned for more deep dives like this one. We'll catch you in the next video.